Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our nursery class meeting. If I could ask you, there's a button on there that you've got to raise your hands just to let me know that you can hear me because I can't actually see you or hear you. Excellent, Tina. Thank you very much. I know you can hear me. That's great. We're just going to start the meeting now. As I said, you won't be able to see us and we can't see you. But if you want to ask a question, there is a question and answer button at the bottom of your page. You can ask us a question anytime through that. So we will get started on our meeting here. So first of all, I'd like to share with you some of the learning that the children have been doing in nursery this term. You'll see from the pictures that they've been doing lots of different activities. We've been learning all about autumn changes and lots of activities and learning through stories of Percy the Park Keeper and the Gruffalo. You can see we've had role play, they've been writing and mark making, counting, making collages, lots of creative things. So it's all done through stories and themes. And then if we go on to the next slide, we're just going to talk a little bit about literacy and what the children are learning in that area this term. So reading, it's going really well with them reading their names. As you know, they come in every morning, they read their names and write their names for registration. They're really enjoying when they're looking at the books, using the pictures to tell a story. It can be in their own words, or they're now beginning to use the actual vocabulary from the stories like the Gruffalo in the deep dark woods, etc., and describing the characters. With the role play and a small world, they're actually retelling the story, so they've got all the props and the toys to tell the sequence of the story that they know. Letters and sounds, we are doing, this is beginning of their phonics. So we're doing phase 1, which starts off with listening for sounds, playing the instruments to hear different sounds of the instruments, how we can change the sounds, make them louder and quieter. We have a lot of listening and attention games, and then as the year proceeds, we will then go on to initial sounds, CBC words, and teaching them that, so it also helps with their writing as well. And we'd just like to come on about home reading. We'd like to thank you for all the reading you've been doing at home with your child, and just to say please continue it. It does make such a difference when they're reading at home as well. I mean, I know they really enjoy, Shan, don't they? Reading, they will be asked us to read stories to them all the time in the class, so I'm sure they're just as enthusiastic at home as well. Mark making and writing, they're becoming very good at writing and mark making their own names now. They'll write it, we've told them to write it on everything, so on their drawings, paintings.
Everything they do, it all goes on with their writing. It's really come on really well.
It's really the shapes as well, and the letter shapes. I mean, some of them can actually write their name fantastically now, which is great. And also, we've got lots of labels in the class, lots of writing that they can copy, the letter shapes, and they can even use them for linking the sounds if they're at that stage with the labels and the words. And all just we're really getting them to develop the shapes of their letters, and they can still make marks as well, and they're beginning to give meaning to all the marks they make. They can distinguish between if they've drawn something and if they've been mark making their own name. They will tell us that that's their name and that's their drawing. So that is progressing really well in literacy. I'd like to share now their maths that they've been learning in maths this term. They've been doing lots of counting objects.
Lots and lots. Everything gets counted.
Everything gets counted. And also we match so that they're beginning to recognise numerals as well. We do a lot of matching the numerals with the quantities. So if we had a card that had like 5 on it, we would ask them what was the number, could they then count 5 objects? So they understand that that is the amount that they need to count to match the number on the card. We started, I mean, lots of children are very good counting up to 10, beyond 10. There's no stop to it. We have some children, we will encourage them to recognise what 100 is and to write that as well. So we're always challenging them, but the numbers are they're quite confident with their numbers this term. Representing numbers as well, because we find that's sometimes quite difficult. They can count, they can recognise, but it's actually representing the numbers. So what that is, some children can actually write the numbers and number shapes, but other children were asking them just to maybe write flowers, dots, any sort of shapes or pictures, and just to count how many there is, and they can tell us how many objects or drawings that they have put on their piece of paper, and that is also representing numbers. It could be pictures as well, so there's lots of ways to represent them. Just to let you know about some of the celebrations we've been doing, we did a big celebration on Diwali. The children absolutely loved that. They were making Mendi patterns on hand templates. They made some diva lamps, which you've got here. You will be getting them home soon. And they enjoyed very much the dancing. They loved the dancing. Along to the music. They absolutely loved that. So we do like introducing the children to all different celebrations, within the calendar, the yearly calendar. And of course, the next big celebration will be Christmas. So there's from next week, there will be lots of learning through Christmas activities, which I'm sure some of the children have been telling us that they've got Christmas trees up already and they're really excited. So this will be a really fun time for them to learn, through Christmas. So they'll be doing things like the nativity story, they'll be writing Christmas cards, labels for presents, they'll be counting baubles, sharing things out for Christmas. We'll have a role play Santa's workshop and a little post office. So lots and lots of learning going on through Christmas. And I'd like to tell you about, now this year, obviously things are a little bit different this Christmas. Usually we'd be doing the nativity play, having a Christmas concert, but obviously we can't invite anyone into the school at the moment. But what we are doing is the children, all the classes are going to be singing a different Christmas song. Our song is going to be Jingle Bells. So we have been practicing, practicing all the time with them. If you could practice with them at home, please, as well, we'd be very grateful. It's just the first two verses of Jingle Bells, no more than that. So just the first two would be lovely. And that will be recorded and them singing it I think it's in class, and that will be shared with the parents as well. So you can actually see them singing as well. So that's what we will be practicing over the next few, well, it's getting recorded next week. So we'll be practicing every day next week. So I think, there's lots, as I say, the children have settled so well. They're really keen to learn, very excited about learning, and we'd like to say a big thank you to you, the parents, as well. For your support as well. And we love, sharing the learning with you in the mornings and the evenings. But again, if there's anything at all that you ever want to get in touch with us, please just let us know, and we can arrange to give you a call or text you. And I'm just going to check, there is a question. Oh, right, on the 11th of December is Christmas Jumpers Day.
It's literally just the jumper.
It's just
over
the jumper,
their uniform.
yes. But they come in the morning with their jumper on, so they can wear their jumper all day, just with their uniform underneath it. That's fine. Just put them in the jumper on top in the morning, and they'll have that all day. Now this next one again is just if there's any questions at all that you would like us to answer, please just go through the questions and questions answers part, and we can answer them now for you. I'll give you just a couple of minutes if there's anything you would like to ask us. No, maybe we've answered everything already.
I think you have. You've covered it all.
Maybe we've done it. As I say, anything at all, please just get in touch with us. And we've got all the answers, hopefully, that we can give you. This also is being recorded, so it will be shared as well with the parents. So if there's anything that you want to go back on and check over it again, it will be, posted to you, probably be emailed or text sent to you and shared with you. So thank you very much for joining us tonight, and I hope that was helpful. It was lovely to hopefully you're all there. I can't see you, but thank you.